The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation was started actually in 1986, or before 86. The first induction class was in 1986. The museum wasn't built till 1995, so the museum's really the physical manifestation of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation. A lot of people don't realize that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a not-for-profit institution. We're a museum, much like any other museum, and we get our funding then based on the tickets that are sold to the museum, as well as the tickets for our concerts. And we also have corporate supporters that help us and support us as an educational facility. The tickets that we sell are both to enjoy the museum, but on special occasions, and more, it's happening more and more. It's it could be once or twice a week that we have a concert now. Special guests will come in and actually do a performance at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That could be Avril Lavigne breaking her new song, or it could be an old, the Funk Brothers, Motown's legendary session players, or Graham Nash has visited the museum in the recent past too. And those are really beautiful experiences because A, they're very cheap tickets. It's like $10 or $20. We usually try to keep it modest to make the museum accessible. And also, it's more than just a concert. When Graham Nash came to the museum, he would play a song, and then he would talk for a few minutes about what he was going through when he wrote that song, why the band wrote that song, what his experiences were. And it's a really rich experience that our visitors can enjoy and learn more about the music and the people that made the music and the experience of rock and roll. We have over 150,000 square feet of museum space here, and there's all kinds of rare artifacts, guitars, stage outfits, and some of my favorites are handwritten lyrics. So some of your favorite songs, you could see the artist's own handwriting and maybe where he scratched out one lyric and changed it with another. Cleveland has a pretty rich history in rock and roll music. Alan Freed, who's the DJ credited with starting rock and roll really, and certainly popularizing the term rock and roll, started his career, well, didn't start his career, but made his career here in Cleveland. Alan Freed ran a lot of radio programming that introduced the black music to the white suburban audiences, kind of bridge gaps there, and did that pretty much in Cleveland. The Moondog Coronation Ball, which is arguably the first rock and roll concert ever, was held here in Cleveland in 1952. There's some other traditions, but in the city, a rich history of a rich fan base, a rich radio history here. This is the first place north of the Mason-Dixon line that Elvis Presley played. So there's a lot of traditions here in Cleveland that led it to be the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But also, more importantly, when they were deciding which city to build the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in, the people of Cleveland rose to the occasion. They, through popular vote, through a USA Today poll, Cleveland by and large was the city that had the most passionate citizenship that was just really wanting the museum in their city. We are a museum, we're an educational facility, but our subject matter is basically popular music. We say rock and roll, and it is about rock and roll, but we cover Motown, rhythm and blues, some early country and folk influences, as well as the art forms that came out of rock and roll, like hip hop and techno and different things like that. So it's really a celebration of a really important cultural art form in American history. This is the only place that you'll see not only the inductees in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but also it's a museum about the history of the music, how it came about, the origins of the music, the great stories, the great performances that really represent the soundtrack of the American people. It's everyone can remember the first time that they got kissed and what song was playing, and when they were hanging around with their friends or their buddies in college or whatever was going on in your life. When you hear a song, that song takes you back to that place, and we celebrate it all here. All kinds of different music, all types of different artists. And we want to preserve all these things for history and just celebrate it here. So when our visitors come through, whether they're coming through as on an educational trip or if they just want to tap their feet to some songs they haven't heard in a few years, we're here for them. Wheelchairs are available for visitors at the front desk. Basically, all they have to do is leave a photo ID at the desk, and they can have the use of wheelchairs and strollers throughout their visit here at the museum. We have several theaters throughout the building. Some of them are examining the early days leading up to the formation of rock and roll. Some of them are looking at different celebrities and different people commenting on their experience with rock and roll. But in our theaters, we have a listening device. It's available free of charge that will help people, listen to the movie. And we also have closed captioning in some of the theaters as well. Yeah, most of our kiosks come with headphones because there's a lot of different sounds coming out of different speakers, different walls. I think it's maximizes the experience for everyone to have the earphones so that you can listen in privacy and not worry about making some noise or intruding on someone else. So most of our kiosks have headphones with them that can be used to listen to the program. We try to, in general, just have a helping attitude. Our VSRs are named for our visitor service representatives. I think are very accommodating in just helping the customer have a good experience, and that's how they're oriented. They want to make sure people have a good time, everyone. Within our infrastructure, we are wheelchair accessible, both in terms of ramps and elevators to get you around the building. We also have assisted listening devices in our theaters. And also for some of our visitors who have trouble with their sight, we have a Braille guide that is available. So the wheelchairs, the Braille guide, the listening devices are all available from our visitor service representatives. The visitor just has to come in and look for someone with a uniform and ask them how we might be able to help, and we'll take it from there.